I just found a pattern that can send Verasity to the absolute moon in about 5 weeks from now. If you guys like these videos, don't forget to smash that subscribe button, leave a like, turn notification bells on so you guys never miss a video. And of course, make sure you share this video with your friends and family, share it on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, and let's keep growing this crypto community together. Before I get into the whole technical analysis, I do want to have a look at coin market cap real quick. We can see right here that the market cap is currently sitting at $64 million. Now this thing is about to explode. I feel it, I know it, and this is not including the altcoin season. We can see right here the market cap is below $100 million with $10 million of volume traded. This is 16% of the market cap being traded. You will never have another chance to buy Verasity under $1 million after this potential move. And of course, guys, if you want my latest and fastest update, make sure you follow my Twitter right here, because I just posted an update, just found a pattern on Verasity video coming out in 30 minutes. So as you guys can see, this is my tweet right here. Make sure you go and follow me. Link will be in the description. So getting back into VRA, first of all, number one, if you are not on the watch list and you don't have VRA on the watch list, make sure you favorite that. Make sure you hit that star. Okay, this is the only way we could keep on growing. And number two, there's no number two. Let's dive in straight into the charts. Having a look at VRA, before I get into the ultimate pattern on Verasity, I do want to talk about this real quick. Verasity right now is currently in a downtrend, okay, in a clear downtrend. But there's two things we're looking at. One, this is a very, very strong support. And the big pattern is on the weekly. So this is a daily real quick, okay? This is a very strong support. Can we see a massive break above the resistance? If we do see a massive break above the resistance, we're most likely going to come back and retest this. Now, this is not the 784% pump that I'm talking about. The 784% pump that I'm talking about is huge, and it's on a weekly time frame. And it's a pattern that a lot of people aren't paying attention at. And the pattern is the inverse head and shoulder on the weekly time frame. Now, this is probably one of the most beautiful inverse head and shoulder I have ever seen in a long time. And we can see this is the left shoulder followed by the head, and then of course the right shoulder. Now you guys can see right here that this was the entry, of course, left shoulder, head, right shoulder. This is exactly the same pattern as this pattern right here. And the big question is where are we going and what is the VRA target? Well, if you take this, the top of the neckline to the bottom, and then you take it at the breakout. Now, assuming the breakout is going to be somewhere around right here, okay? Because you don't want to, the breakout is definitely not going to be right here. It's not going to be next week or this week, right? It's going to be within 5 weeks, like I said at the beginning of my video. So assuming you take the breakout and you put it right here, which is approximately May 8th, something like that, 5 weeks, where can VRA potentially go? Well, our target is sitting right here at 5 cents. Now, the interesting part about this is that 5 cents is actually right here. We had a massive resistance. So we have one resistance right here and then two resistance right here. So this inverse head and shoulder is actually not BS. It's bringing us all the way back to a very strong resistance. Now this pump would be a massive pump. Assuming you buy it right here and you accumulate, this is approximately 767% pump from here. Now, of course, if you want to play it safe and you want to trade it, you could definitely buy right here and make 300%, which is a lot. If you want to play with leverage and assuming you're trading this 3, 4, 5x, you could literally make over 1,000% on this trade. But of course, if you're like me, that's been accumulating around this region right here, and of course I accumulated at 0046, that would of course be a 10x return from here. That's a massive pump. Now this inverse head and shoulder is very accurate. I don't know if you guys saw the infographic I left on the left side. This is exactly how it's supposed to look like. And right now the right shoulder is currently forming. So can we see the starting of next week, and this week ends in 11 hours and 29 minutes. Can we see the beginning of next week starting to form to the upside? Now remember guys, when we break out of an inverse head and shoulder, we usually come back, retest before continuing and popping to the upside. So this is going to take some time for the pattern to, to essentially come together and to explode. Well, I'm not saying we're going to go parabolic right here, but the breakout can happen within 5 weeks from now. And 5 weeks, guys, is nothing. It goes like that. So you have 5 weeks to essentially accumulate, and that's about it. Now, what if this doesn't happen? Well, we have to look at Bitcoin and where Bitcoin is going. The only way this doesn't happen is one, Bitcoin dumps really bad, VRA dumps, or there's no number two. The two way that this does happen is one, Bitcoin explodes, two, Bitcoin consolidates. So there's not such big reasons for it not to happen unless Bitcoin really dumps. And of course, that would mean that VRA would essentially have to dump not only below the support right here, but below this head right here. Because if we do dump below this head, this would obviously be invalid. And I would also make this invalid if we dump all the way to 0.0039. So we could actually fall all the way to 0.0039 in order for this inverse head and shoulder to still be accurate. So that's that. Things are still looking very good. Now another thing is that we do have to break this resistance. That would be my ultimate goal, at least on the very short term. It would be right here. Can VRA break this support right here or this resistance? 1, 2, 3. We need to break this resistance, and if we do, we're most likely gonna at least come back and retest this level. If we retest this level, we're most likely gonna continue to the upside, maybe retest 2 cents, something like that. Before I end this video, I do want to have a look at the obvious, which is Bitcoin, real quick. Now Bitcoin, the reason why I'm saying that VRA can do that is because Bitcoin really could do something really crazy that could really push altcoins to the moon within the next couple of weeks. And the reason is that Bitcoin on the monthly time frame is about to close above this resistance right here. Now we know every time we close above a resistance, we usually explode, right? I mean, we saw it multiple times. And right now Bitcoin is about to close above the resistance for the first time since November 21, 2021. So this is obviously very good news for Bitcoin, for the crypto market, for the altcoin market, and for VRA as well. So we're gonna have to see. This does end in 5 days and 12 hours. So it's gonna be very interesting to see how this happens and how this closes, and if we're gonna get a massive rejection and come back and close below, or are we gonna close above it? Because if we do, we could enter a massive super cycle altcoin season and Bitcoin season in the next 2 to 3 years. If you guys like this video, don't forget to smash that subscribe button, leave a like, turn notification bells on, and I will see you guys in my next video tomorrow.